Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Gold Prospecting at Home. This is episode number 146, and today we have some gold pay dirt from, well, actually it's from Mark in Minnesota. He sent it to me during one of my fan mail videos. I opened it up, there was no note or anything. The only reason I know his name was Mark was because of the return address. But he sent this bag of Bill's Trash and Treasure Copper State Gold pay dirt. It's 1 gram guaranteed. So first of all, thanks a lot, Mark. By the way, he purchased this back in October 2022, so it's been like a year and a half or something like that, 2 years. But sorry about that, but we're getting to the video now. Yeah, let's check out Bill's Trash and Treasure's website. So as you can see here, they have all sorts of products here, but the one that he sent was the Copper State Gold 1 gram pay dirt. I added it to my cart and I checked out what the shipping would cost because I didn't purchase this, and it is $10.50 for shipping, which is very fair. It's got subtotal $82.50, making it a total of $93 for this product. So the pay dirt itself is approximately 8 ounces of pay dirt. And this is more than 8 ounces, I can tell you that right now. This is closer to a pound. It was prospected by me from Scorpion Hole in Arizona. This is unsearched and unwashed material, so it will be dirty and make your panning experience feel more natural. This is not a beginner's bag since there's ultra fine gold and it will be hard to recover. It is highly recommended to go through your tailings more than once to recover. This is 100% unsearched, and the possibility of naturally occurring gold is likely. There will be 1 full gram of gold added as well. If you do not recover at least 1 gram of gold, keep panning. Whether or not you recover all the gold is based on your panning ability. Arizona is known as the Copper State. I have added as a bonus natural raw copper nuggets. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, really good description here on the website, and I'm actually pretty excited for this. That's a really cool product. Unsearched pay dirt with 1 gram added. That is what all pay dirt vendors do whenever you have pay dirt. I mean, any reputable gold pay dirt vendor is going to make sure that there's added gold. A lot of people think that salted pay dirt is not a good thing. However, I 100% disagree. If you don't add gold to your pay dirt, you're guaranteeing nothing, right? So it's always a good idea to at least add something and make sure that you have it in the description of your pay dirt. That's like the #1 rule. If there's no guaranteed minimum amount of gold in your pay dirt, skip over it and get something that does, because you're probably going to get ripped off. This is guaranteed 1 gram of gold. Why don't we check out to see what our guaranteed ROI is going to be? So 1 gram of gold, which we are guaranteed in this bag, is valued at $76.73. Plus we're going to get some copper nuggets and a fun time from this stuff. So let's go take it over to the pan station. We'll chop it open and we'll see what kind of gold we get. Okay, here it is, the Bill's Trash and Treasure Copper State Gold bag of pay dirt with 1 gram of gold guaranteed. Let's take a look at it in a pan. Nice. Let's rip this thing open and see what's in it. So looking down into it, you can see that it's very dirty and clumpy. It's going to be like chocolate milk as soon as we add water to this stuff. Yeah, it's a very reddish brown, muddy looking stuff. And I think we just found a copper nugget. We sure did. Yeah, that's cool. Nice. So this material has a lot of like little clumps of dirt, and because of that, we don't want to just classify it dry. We need to classify this stuff wet, because if we classified it dry, like say, you know, we would put this, we can classify it, but there's still dirt stuck to these rocks, and dry classifying doesn't help that. It has to be wet. So we're going to go ahead and wet classify this stuff, but before I do, I'm actually going to take a magnet and run it through here just to see. Yeah, I can hear a lot of magnetic material in there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to collect up as much stuff as I can with a magnet We'll put that in a separate pan, and then we will wet classify the remainder. That piece of copper has some iron in it. All right, here's our magnetic and non-magnetic material. None of it is classified yet, it's just magnetic and non-magnetic. So I'm gonna pan out the magnetic stuff first, just because I know that there's probably not much gold in here, and if there is, it's just because it was trapped with the black sand as I grabbed it. So let's bring over Crusty Rusty. I'll add some water and some jet dry. The jet dry is gonna break the surface tension of the water so any small gold can't float away. All right, we're just gonna start panning this out, unclassified, just to see what we get here. Lots of mud. Lots of black sand in here, as expected. It's all magnetic. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and pan this back and fix the lighting. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm seeing one piece of flour gold right there. I'll just grab them as I see them with the snuffer bottle. All right, and that's it. So the magnet did grab a small amount of gold, but removing that magnetic stuff is going to make the process a whole lot easier. So now we can go ahead and start wet classifying this. All right, I'm just going to pour this into a kitchen strainer. And I'm going to reuse this water from Crusty Rusty. It's already dirty. I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure I got all the dirt cleaned off of this. Okay, here we have our plus and minus wet classifications of this pay dirt. So this is nice and clean. This, no matter what we do, it's going to be mud until the end. So we're going to pan out the big stuff first, because they did say that most of the gold's going to be super fine anyway. But in here, we're going to find those copper nuggets and everything, and then we'll pan this stuff last. I'm going to get some clean water for this so we can see the gold better. All right. As I see the copper, as I find the copper nuggets, I'll just throw them into another pan. These are pretty awesome. I think I see some gold in here. Let's zoom in a bit. I think I see some gold right here at the bottom. I'll just swirl it back and take a look. Yeah, there's a couple pickers. There's 3 pickers I see. Right here. Right there, a couple nice pickers. Cool. All right, let's put our muddy water back. This is all reused rainwater anyway. All right, I'm just gonna do 1 spoonful to start off, just to see to kind of gauge the difficulty. Let's see what we got here. First, we'll try to clean off as much mud as we can. And we'll leave it in the pan and swirl it back just to see what kind of gold, just to see if there's any gold that we can find here. Yeah, there's a couple flakes and a bit of flour gold as well. Not too difficult. All right. I think we can do a little more than just a spoonful of this. We'll do about half of it. Once you get past the mud, it's not too bad. All right, we're getting down to the heavy stuff. I don't know if you can tell, but the material's starting to get a little bit darker. Even though we removed most of the magnetic stuff, it doesn't mean all the black sands are magnetic. So this is like the non-magnetic stuff, but it's still heavier. And we want to be careful here because this is where the gold's going to be hiding. There's a little flake right there on the side. 2 flakes. Alright, let me clean this out. Yeah. Nice amount of gold in there. Try to clean it up a bit before I grab it with the snuffer bottle. It's always nice to see some gold in your pan. It's separating pretty easily. All right, we'll just do the rest of it. So this pay dirt, this pan isn't even seasoned. You see that? The water's kind of rolling off of it. So we don't want to be using this one. I can season this up later. But for now, we'll just use the one that's seasoned. Yeah, I think without removing the magnetic material, this would have been a lot more difficult. Since the magnetic material certainly was there, it was heavy. You know, removing the magnetics is always a nice cheat code for lowering the difficulty of your pay dirt by at least 3 points or so. All right, here we go. Let's see if there's any gold. I'm sure there is. We're guaranteed a full gram. And yeah. Again, it's separating very easily. I'm just lightly bringing the water up and over it, and it's just washing all the black sands back. Makes for a nice easy cleanup. Grab it with the snuffer bottle. All right, we got all the gold. I'm gonna go ahead and pan through the tailings, and then we'll take a look and see what kind of gold we got. All right, I went through the tailings. There was no gold. So let's go ahead and pour this out. Try to get some cleaner water in there so we could actually see the gold. So yeah, it definitely looks like a gram of gold. I'm gonna go ahead and do the final cleanup here. We'll dry it out, weigh it up, and we'll get a value on it. Let's see what we got here. So we have 1.01 grams of 24 karat natural placer gold. Natural placer gold, you can call it 24 karat purity because some pay dirt vendors like myself, we will buy your natural placer gold. If you have any and you want to sell it, definitely check out kleshgold.com. Click on the sell your gold button and I'll send you a free quote. We already know this is about $77 worth of gold, $77.50. That's actually a really good ROI for $93. Now, you're never gonna make your money back completely. The pay dirt vendor has to make a little profit, obviously. They had to go down to Arizona, they had to mine this stuff, they had to add the full gram of gold, they had to pay for the packaging, the website and everything, so you gotta take that into consideration. I consider this a really good pay dirt. It was a lot of fun. It was the dirt itself. Since we couldn't classify it before wet classification, it kind of added a different level of difficulty. So that was a lot of fun. We got to wet classify and then pan out the two separate ones after we classified. So that was pretty awesome. We got a nice picker in there. And yeah, just an overall fun experience. I would give it a difficulty of probably, I wouldn't say it's as difficult as they explained in the description of their website. I would give it like a 5 out of 10. Maybe a 6 out of 10 because there was some finer gold in there, but it wasn't super fine flour gold. It was mostly flakes, right? But there was still black sand to make it a little more difficult. So I'd give it about a 6 out of a 10 difficulty. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, definitely do that. I'm putting out more treasure hunting videos all the time. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. If you're still here, you're one of the 42% that actually watched the entire video, so thanks so much for that. It really helps the show. Also, huge thanks to all of my Patreon supporters and channel members scrolling right here. If you like this video, definitely consider subscribing, hitting the like button, and also checking out the video I have linked right over there. It's very relevant to what you just watched, and thanks for watching.